Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? You're welcome to this session this afternoon. We're not going to take so much of your time. My name is Adedayo, and I'm sure a lot of you have, been interacting with me at one point or the other. We just put up the session this afternoon to, you know, provide you with the last set of info we think everyone would need as we start as we prepare for the September intake, okay? And we know that a lot of people have questions about different category of things, starting from visas, booking flights, and all of that. So this session is just to provide you all that support that you need, okay? So that you can get all the information you need to start this intake properly. We're going to give a bit of time for other people to join in the session. We'll just give it like 5 minutes to get more people on board. The invite for this meeting has been specifically sent out to the unconditional offer holders only. Okay, so we expect that people in this meeting will be the actual September students who really need this information. We're going to wait for a bit to allow more people joining. We have a couple of people joining us from the international office, from the student union, and from the current students on campus. So it's going to be a great time this afternoon. Please be ready to ask all the questions you have. The question and answer chat box is open. You can, even now, you can start dropping your questions if you want. Whatever comes to your mind, you don't need to wait until the end of the session to ask your question. You can post your question in the Q&A box if you want, all right? And we'll be able to answer all your questions. And we'll just wait for like 5 minutes to allow more people join so we kickstart the session. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, Mark. I can see you around.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, Adedayo. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, jolly good. Yeah. It's nice to meet everyone. Yeah, I'm going to sit back and mute my camera. I'll be out here to answer questions in the chat, but I'm going to leave Adedayo to be the star of the show and answer the questions. But I'll be available in the chat to answer any questions that anyone may have. And also, I think as Adedayo said, we've got representatives from the SU, Students' Union,
Yes.
and student ambassadors as well. That's great.
Yeah. The current student union president said he would join us. He already said he might not join at the beginning, but he would join us. We already have a member of the Nigerian Society here already. So Ben, I'm going to introduce him shortly. And then we're still expecting one other person and one current September applicant who is going to take us on a short topic that concerns the current applicants. I hope they're here on time. I just want to wait. Let's just give it another 2-3 minutes to allow more people join in, and then we'll kickstart the session in a bit. Thank you, Mark.
No problem.
Okay. I think we have quite a handful now. Others will join us as we continue. All right, welcome once again, everyone. And we really want this session to be an interactive session. Your videos are activated. You never know, you might meet someone today that you become buddies in school, but your mics are not on mute, so can't hear me. Okay, let's see why you can't hear me. Sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Someone said they can't hear me.
I can hear you okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. All right. So we're going to be a bit flexible with everything we want to touch today. I didn't bother with presentation today because I just want us to dive deep into all the issues people have. Okay, thank you. So everybody said they can hear me. All right. I'm going to be looking at the chat box, but I want to introduce a couple of people here. So today we I think I've seen him on the chat already. We have Mr. Tobena Ndukwe. He is the, I think, about to be, or the the president of the Nigeria Student Society. Okay, so it's nice to have you here. I don't know if you're here. If you're here, can you please unmute Tobe so you can say hello to everyone?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Tobe. Hey, how are you doing today?
Thanks, Adedayo, for having me. I really appreciate you. I'm
Oh,
very
you're
good today.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I love your Udi. Are you just coming from a TEDx conference or something?
Yeah, we try our best to attend such kind of
Oh, that's
events.
cool. So
Yeah,
thanks for making out time. Be sure that
thank you.
those guys have a lot of questions to ask you now and when they arrive on campus. So we'll be asking you a lot of questions. Thank you. Can you just introduce yourself briefly? What course are you? I think you're still doing the program right now at the university.
Yes,
Can you just introduce yourself to the house?
all right. So, my name is Tobena Ondukwe. I'm obviously Nigeria. I'm a second year PhD student in the Department of Sustainable Development. I don't think my research is important at this point, but I think it's important to say that we are all here for you, and luckily for you all, you have what I don't have. Have somebody speaking to you throughout the whole process. So I think it's a big thing that you should take advantage of, and by God's grace, to be a success.
Yeah,
Thank you.
amen. Thank you so much, Tobin. Thank you so much. I don't know if Susan is here already. Miss Susan Inaike, she
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
is about to finish from Salford. She's studying digital marketing.
Public relations and digital communication.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Okay, I
Can you
can't
hear me?
hear anything. Hello, Susan. Yes, we can
Can you
hear you,
hear
but
me
we can't
now?
see you. Yes, we can hear you
Oh,
now. Exactly, we can hear you.
can you see me now?
Not well, I can't see you yet.
Oh,
We,
Um,
I can see you.
okay. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Sorry, I
Susan.
joined very late. I just came back from work.
Okay, welcome. All right, so we would like you to just introduce yourself to the house briefly because I'll just call on you randomly to answer a couple of questions in the course. And these questions I have put the questions together in such a way that it will cover every question everyone has been asking in the last 2 weeks because people are really anxious. So let's meet you, Susan.
Okay, my name is Susan Chidima Naike, popularly known as Dima in Salford. So I'm a student. I'm currently, or yeah, I'm still a student actually. I just concluded on my dissertation. I'm studying public relations and digital communications, master's level, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually Nigerian. Don't be scared.
Yeah. All right. Lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for making our time, Susan. Even though you're just like coming back from work. I'm really, really grateful for that sacrifice. Thank you so much for making it out today. We can't see your video. I don't know why. We'd love to see your beautiful
Oh,
face anyway. Maybe we'll
don't
get,
worry,
I
you will
can't
see
see
it.
you. I don't know if,
I'll work it out. I'll work it out before
okay.
session comes up.
All right. So Mr. Akinwale already said that he will join us much later in the meeting. So now this afternoon we want to start with let's first of all map out what is required for the September 2025 intake from this point. So at this point, we have people, oh, you can see, yeah, okay, great. Maybe the issue is from my own end, okay? All right, so we have people with at different stages in their admission process right now. We have a lot of people who have arrived this week and last week. Well done to all of you, and congratulations for the effort so far. That is not the end. There's still a lot to do. And we have people who have arrived. We have people who are traveling this week. We have people who have applied for their visa and are waiting outcome. We have people who we have people still waiting for their CASs, who applied for their CASs late. And I saw a couple of emails this morning and I was just shaking my head like, how exactly are we going to fix the situation? Because anybody applying for visa at this time, if you're on this call and you are yet to submit your visa application, you will need to spend extra funds. This is not the point in the cycle where you're going to try to dilly-dally and say, oh, you want safe costs. Because if you've been following most of my posts on the Telegram group, I've said to us repeatedly, and my colleague Mr. Mark will bear me witness as well. The schools have clearly said they would not accept late arrivals. And I know somebody will easily say, oh, but I just got my car. So, I got my car late and it took me time to apply for my visa. Yes, we already know that it will take you time to apply for your visa since you applied for your car late. But the reason they have issued your CAS so late to you is because they expect you to use priority services. You see what I mean? They expect you to use priority services. And there are two types of priority services. Please take note. Some people don't know because I said as someone, as a parent was asking me yesterday, how do we expedite this process? There are two main priority services available. Now, this is different from the value-added services offered by the VFS. The VFS has so many value-added services. If you don't want to come during work hours, prime time, premium launch, where they will help you make copies of your document, upload your documents. If you have not done yourself, upload yourself. Now, all those services you purchase has no impact on your visa application outcome or the turnaround time. Okay, so there are value-added services offered by the VFS that has no bearing on how soon you will get your outcome. That's different. Now, if you're applying late, if you are one of those who have just been issued your CAS this week, or you are still waiting for your CAS and you intend to apply for your visa this week or in the next week, please note you need to make use of the priority service. I know somebody will say, oh boy, it's really expensive. How can I spend extra £500? So there are two options. You either use the priority service, which turns around your visa application in 5 working days. Some people get it faster, but I saw someone someone mentioned this today that they use priority services and amount after 13 days. That's unusual. Okay, the normal turnaround time for the priority service will be 5 working days. Now, the other option that is a lot faster is a super priority option. The priority option that helps you turn around your visa in 5 working days costs you an extra £500 apart from your visa fee, your HS, your immigration health search, and an extra £500. And if you want to buy other value-added services, maybe you want to upload your documents at the center, or you want to use your premium launch, and you want to go either very early or late in the evening. Those are different of your options, and prepare your mind which service you are going to use to expedite your visa outcome. Okay, so that's it for those who are applying for their visa. Now, congratulations to you. You're almost sorted out. Some people have even done their check-in on campus. I can see Mr. Mark is already answering some questions in the chat box. I know that some of us have not received our registration email up to now, and I've dropped the email on the Telegram group repeatedly. You can send an email to the registration team. Someone said on the WhatsApp group we just started this week that calling is faster. Well, I would say explore both options. If you send an email and you've not got a response, you can call as well. I don't know. So you can drop the number in the chat box if you have it. For those of you who have called the registration team and you got feedback, okay. But please ensure you start your online registration. It's very, very important that you start your online registration. But just know, I mean, even for those who have been able to complete their online registration to the point of booking their check-in appointments, you still have to complete the registration when you get to the campus, okay? But you can start your online registration, putting your details, your picture, and all that, okay? Please don't just be laid back about it. If you're having any problems, send an email to the registration team. If you have received the registration email and you're having issues, you can always take advantage of the Telegram group. That's a very supportive community. Yes, sometimes we have some noisy conversation here and there, but that group is very, very, very useful to everyone because you will always get feedback from someone. Someone will come through for you. Someone will say, come to my DM, let me explain to you. Okay, so that's it with the registration team. So if you're with the registration, once you have done your registration, you need to book your appointment, and then that will be done on campus. During that check-in appointment is where they will complete the entire registration process. And another important thing that happens during the check-in appointment is the finance parts of that check-in. So you've only paid a lot of you, not all, a lot of you have only paid your initial deposit. Our initial deposit is £5,500, which a lot of people have already paid, okay? And then some people have paid more, but we have a flexible payment plan for our students. So you can pay the rest of your master's, your postgraduate fees. If you're a postgraduate student, postgraduate thoughts, whether you're doing a master's or a research course, you can pay the rest of your fees in 7 installments. And at the check-in, they'll ask you a question about the finance, what option you want to take. If you want to pay the rest of your fees in full, if you pay the rest of your fees in full before the start date, you would get a 3% discount back. I've seen a lot of people take advantage of that option. So if you pay your tuition fee in full, you'll be able to get a 3% discount back. But if you're paying by installments, you need to also have a card that will be linked to your account during registration. Some sort of limitation. Well, I would advise for those of you who have not traveled, if you can, try to get a USD card. A USD card will be fine as long as it has £1 in it. As long as it has a minimum of an equivalent of £1 in it, you will be able to use it because they need a card to put on your record at that time they're setting up the payment plan. Okay. The payment plan is a monthly payment. It's a monthly. You know how much you pay monthly. Okay, you will after you've paid you can see the rest of your fees in your cash. First of all, you can divide that by 7. If you're an undergraduate applicant student, okay, your installmental payment plan is 5. You can pay the rest of your fees in 5 installments. For masters and research students, you can pay in 7 installments. So you can always divide the rest of your fees into 5, and that's what you'll be paying for the rest of the program. And this payment comes through every month. Now, this payment, the first installment will be due 1 month after registration. Please take note. It's not like you're just going to wait for months and you pay when you already know. And once you set up this payment plan, you need to honor those deadlines, okay? You will see how much you have to pay per time and on what date you need to make those payments. So please, if you have not thought about this is something for you to think about. It doesn't end with the expenses of your deposit, your visa fees. The expense still continues. I don't want to say unfortunately, but I mean, it's a worthy project. So that's it about registration. I just want to catch up very quickly so we can have Suzanne Tove talk to us and others. Also, for those who are yet to travel, if you have not booked your ticket, for those who have booked their tickets, Of course, you know what to do. Your ticket already gives you all the information. Popular tickets you can book will be tickets like Turkish Airlines, Qatar, all the rest, because there are limitations around a lot of European airlines. We've discussed this back to back on the Telegram group. You already know that a lot of European airlines require you to have an airport transit visa, which, in my own opinion, even if you have preference for a certain airline and you have plenty of time, if you've gotten your airport transit visa, why not? But when you calculate how much you spend to pay for that visa and all of that, I don't know if it's worth it. Someone called me. In fact, 2 people now this week have already booked the wrong tickets. And I feel the only way around it is just to look for an alternative fund, book another ticket while you process the refund, because you can't wait for the refund from this airlines to fund another ticket. So please, for those of you who have not yet booked your tickets, pay attention to the kind of ticket you are booking. Ensure it's not a ticket that needs another step after all you have been through. Because these 2 students right now, I really feel so bad for them. I don't know how they're going to sort this out. But I mean, I know that these funds are not easy to come by, but the shortest cut to sorting that situation is not just depending on a refund the airline will give you, but just book another ticket, okay? I can see that my colleague is answering a lot of questions in the chat box. And before I move on from this issue of classes, visas, please, if you are going to be applying for your visa, if as at the time of this meeting, you have not applied for your visa, please ensure you use any of the priority service. If you cannot use the super priority service, you can use the priority service, which costs a little less. But I know you will say £500 is still a lot of money. But you see, sometimes if you want to be penny wise, you be pound foolish. Because if at the end of the day you gamble and say, oh, after all, somebody who didn't use priority service got their standard visa application in 4 days, my own too won't take that long. I see how a lot of you express anxiety on the Telegram, and I feel very bad because the university can't do anything. We can't. Someone asked me last week, oh, can Salford help me follow up my application? My visa has been pending since the beginning of July. University can't help with visa outcomes because a UKVI affair. Okay, we can't. The only time we can come in a bit is maybe if there's a visa refusal, we can advise what you need to do. And of course, if you got a visa refusal, remember you can't use the same cast to reapply for another visa. That's something to note. If you got a visa refusal, don't just jump and go and apply for another visa straight up. If you got a visa refusal, email to notify them that you're refused. So, and also send them your visa refusal note. Maybe at this is the point where I need to talk about the consequence of a visa refusal. So, for those who have gotten visa in September, one was still a minor one. The other one was a bit tricky. The one was funds. I don't know how insufficient funds. I don't know why anybody should get a visa refusal for insufficient funds. I think money went out of the accounts and went back at some point. Please, always leave your money in the account. I see that question all the time. Oh, when can I move my money from the account? Don't move that money from that account until you have gotten that email, until you receive that email, your visa application is successful. Ensure the money remains in the account until that time, okay? And if you got a visa refusal, the first thing to do is to send an email to the CAS team with a copy of your visa refusal, and they will advise you of the next step to do. If they assess the situation, it might be a situation where they can give you, they can issue you another CAS. But if the visa refusals are for reasons like fraudulent reasons, or if the visa refusal is for credibility reasons, that might be a tough call because the university would not issue another CAS if you have been refused due to credibility reasons. Okay, so please don't keep quiet. There's nothing to be ashamed about. We're here to support you. If you got a visa refusal, don't just go to one corner or talk to random people or in all the multi-group groups you are in trying to resolve this. Get in touch and let's talk about it. Okay. All right. So I wish all the people still awaiting visa outcome yet to apply for visa all the best. You already know what to do. And for those of you who got your visa, you are waiting for 2 weeks time. You know how people get their visa. For example, someone gets their visa maybe on the 12th of September and say, I just got my visa. I can't book my tickets now because it will be very expensive. I want to wait for 2 weeks time to book my ticket. Please, this is not the time to gamble, because I think for me personally, I didn't recover from what happened in January. In January, I can count not less than 7 people, no, about 10 people. Out of those 10, um, about 4 of them just gambled and decided to travel. But they had to go back home because they arrived too late and they arrived without the university's permission. So at this point, let me talk about arrival dates. We already know that the induction week is 1 week before the course start date, and the induction week is a very critical time. It's a very critical week. That's when you get to meet your department, your school. That's when there's a lot of activities. Welcome week by different society, by your department. You get familiarization tours of the school. You imagine you coming late and you have missed all that, because someone said to me jokingly, some of you sometimes call and we just laugh over phone conversation. I laughed, but when I dropped that call, I just shook my head. And what did this person say? This person said, what's the big deal about the induction? Yeah, there's not much. At least the course has not started. At least I know that when I enter, that was what the person said. When I enter, when the course has started, imagine starting when all the introductions have been done, the familiarization, where to turn if you have any issues, and you are just coming. How do you settle down? And you don't have an accommodation. How do you settle in? So please, with as much as it's possible within, today is the 28th of August, there's still time. If you already have your visa, please book your ticket already and plan to arrive early so you can settle down, meet people, network with people that can provide support for you, then take your time out to look for your choice of accommodation, or even maybe meet up with people who are willing to share space in the meantime until you decide to go to your preferred accommodation. Okay, so please, let's not take it for granted, the induction week and the start date. And specifically because the business school is the largest cohort that we have, in one of the meetings we had with the deans from the business school, they categorically said, we normally have latest arrival date, which we don't like to talk about, because once we tell people that, oh, this is the latest arrival date you can come to school, then people start to plan towards that time. Please, if you know you are not going to arrive, I can see Mr. Mark already put the email address for the business school. At some point when I'm not talking, I'll put the email address for the other schools. Mark, I don't know if you can also put the address for the School of Engineering and Environment, the Health and Society School, and the School of Media. If you have any reason not to arrive on time, ensure you send an email notifying the school about your decision not to arrive at the time you're supposed to arrive and why, and get their approval. Don't just say, I've sent an email already, so they know. Yes, they know, but ensure you get an approval of whatever date you have presented to them. Okay, I know definitely some people will not arrive during the induction week. Some people will not arrive. Someone who is just going to apply for their visa next week, we don't know when the outcome will be, when they'll get the outcome. So for those of you who already foresee that you will not arrive on time, please do out to send an email to your school, let them know, and let them document that for you so you don't have issues. Okay, I think I've touched on everything that has with the school. I've talked about induction, start dates, latest arrival dates, and your registration, what you need to do at check-in. If you've not gotten the registration email, I can see Mr. Mark already answered you. Whether you want to send an email or put a phone call through, that's fine. And we're going to talk about all that. Now, for those of you that have been experiencing unusual delay with your visa outcome, someone called me yesterday and she was really emotional. I said, look, the best thing you can do is to contact the UKVI. How do you contact the UKVI? You can contact the UKVI via phone call or via email. Okay? And well, personally, I prefer to start that contact via email, first of all, because the email is cheaper in the first instance. And again, there's a record of whatever conversation you're having with the UKVI team. Okay, I personally prefer, you can do what, if you are really anxious, you just want to hear their voice and want to talk, fine. But just know you have two options. You can either give them a call or send an email. I think an email is better because it's cheaper in the first instance, and then you can express yourself in that form and tell them whatever the issue is, and they can respond to you accordingly. Okay. Once I stop talking, I will post the link where you can contact. If anybody has that link, please post it in the chat box so that people can see um, how they can contact UKVI. I know someone who has been waiting since beginning of July, and they're still waiting. I don't know what the issue is. Someone asked in the chat box, what is NSF? Not straightforward. Some people get empty NSF's email. There's nothing, they're not asking for further documents. It just means that it's taking them a bit more time to sort out your application. Some people will be asked to provide other documents. Some people would be asked to represent their bank statement, which means you now need to reprint your bank statement up till the date at that time they're asking you for a reprint of bank statement. That's why we advise that you should not take your money out of the account. Please leave the money in the account until you get your successful visa outcome. And I'm seeing someone saying, what's the precise latest arrival date? In general, you are allowed to arrive. In general, you are allowed to arrive up to 2 weeks after start date. Thank you, Lovejoy, for posting that link. Thank you so much. So Lovejoy has posted the contact to UKVI link in the chat box. Please copy and paste that somewhere and use it for yourself once you're ready to. So what is the precise latest arrival date? Normally, it's just 2 weeks after start date. But even though it is usually 2 weeks after start date, don't just decide on your own that we said during this pre-departure briefing that the latest arrival date is normally 2 weeks after start date. This might not apply to health students, nursing students, because you guys, your teaching starts immediately and you have to cover some grounds quickly and go for your clinicals. That's why I said to you, make sure you send an email to your school before you decide on your own to show up at whatever time you think works best for you. Please, a word is enough for the wise. I don't want people to experience what they experienced in January. I think there was 1 or 2 people in June as well who had that situation. They had to send them back because they showed up too late. What's the point booking a flight ticket all the way from Nigeria? You get to the UK and you are turned back. Please, or let's be guided. Let's use information to guide whatever we're doing. All right. The last thing I will talk about now, and I'm going to ask Tobina, and so I'm going to start asking them questions. I want to talk about accommodation. Please, I still have people who have not even given this a thought. And I can see that you people making effort. You are telling people on the groups you would like to share spaces. Please, let's support one another as much as possible. We have already opened the chat for the September group. The last time I added people was on Tuesday morning. I have not done anything. So if you've sent me your documents, please note I've not done anything. So it's not like I've not looked at any documents since Tuesday morning. Okay. Maybe from tomorrow or from this night, I will start looking at the new WhatsApp requests and add. There are about 100 and something pending requests as I speak. I'll add all of you to the group so people can start sharing information. Those of you who have arrived, please be generous enough to share information that is relevant to everyone. Maybe accommodation, maybe you met someone that can sort out 1 or 2 things for people. Please be generous to post this information so that people can take advantage of all this benefits. It can be very difficult. Some people, they've never ever traveled out of the country. Some people, this is their first time. They've been elsewhere, but this is their first time in the UK. And it feels so good when you start and you get support. It's very, very important. So for accommodation, I personally, again, I like to personalize some things because some people are very bold. They like to do things differently and it works for them. But I will not advise anyone to start and finish an accommodation booking by proxy without viewing the property you are paying for. If you have family in Manchester or wherever you want to live while you're studying, and they can help you do the viewing and all, and you trust their judgment, fine. But for you to start, just say, look at some pictures and some videos that has been shared online, and please, let's be guided. I know Susan and Tobe will talk to us shortly about accommodation and their experience and all. But in the meantime, if you have not booked your accommodation, if you don't have an accommodation yet, you can take advantage of temporary accommodation. You see, the accommodation website on the university page is so, I mean, it's so useful. There's so many useful information there. Not everybody will get a space at the university accommodation. Thank you, Mr. Mark. He has put the email address for Sam City, for the School of Media, School of Health, and School of Engineering. Thank you so much. All right, so you have the addresses there in the chat box. So on the accommodation website, you will find so many useful information for you, so many tips. If you're booking a private rented accommodation, there are tips there for you on what to do. If you're booking a temporary accommodation, you can look for accommodation on places like Spare Room, Right Move. I'm going to post that link on the website, on the chat box for you. This is right there on our website as well. Let me just post it in the chat box now. Spend time looking at that place. There's so many information, whether you want to stay. I don't know if university accommodation is still available at this point in the cycle, but at least if you're renting a space, you can get information on what renting an accommodation in the UK looks like. And if you're the one that wants to use a temporary booking, like an Airbnb and stuff, you also get all the information you need there. All right, this is at the point where I'll stop talking, and I'm going to have Miss Susan to and Tobe to just turn on their video if you can. If you can turn on your video now, thank you so much. And I'm going to just start the questions from this point. I don't know who's going to answer me for, maybe Toby or Susan. So the first question I'd like to ask you, which are things that have been asked and I've just put here. Let's start with travel and arrival preparation. Okay. A lot of people are worried about their point of entry experience. What happens to me when I land at Heathrow or at Manchester Airport or whatever airport they land at? They want to know, how should they prepare? What should they expect? Susan, do you want to talk to us about this quickly?
Okay, I would say for me, yeah, I'll speak out of experience and other people's experience too. For my own personal experience, it was very swift and easy. But from other people's experience, where I hear people say, you have to have how do I statement of accounts with you, all of those. They don't have time for all of those things. Yes, you can keep your money if you still have the money, fine. But if you don't have to start bothering yourself with printing a statement and all of that. Another thing again I found very easy that day was getting a trolley. I never knew I was supposed to have £1 with me to get that trolley. But a good Samaritan was there. He had £5 with him. So I was able to ask him. So don't be shy to ask if you don't have £1 with you. If you see someone there and you can ask, please ask. Or if you can get £1 from Nigeria, fine, get it. And again, don't be tensed when you're there. If you're asked a question, you give the answer. You should know a little bit about your course. You should be able to tell one or two about some modules in your course. It's not a difficult thing. Don't panic. You're in already. Yeah, so I think that's my take on that.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Susan. Okay, you said something now that I want to dwell on it a bit. This idea of accounts. You're right. It's not the norm for the border agencies staff to ask for your proof of funds at the point of entry. However, we had people situation, okay? And like I always say to people, everybody's journey is different. Occasions have happened at one occasion. They asked one person, and then the person shared the experience. People are usually on 120 something groups. They are on different groups sharing different experience. And the moment somebody picks up something that has happened to someone, they just assume that, oh, this is the rule, okay? So to everyone, regarding that proof of funds, if you have your bank statement, it can be part of the things you put in your carry-on. Of course, your admission letters, your CAS statements are things you need to have with you. If you can't have your bank statement, but it's not the norm for the border agencies to ask you for your proof of funds. There's something we say, we don't pray that when it gets to our turn, things go haywire, right? But that's just what I'll say about proof of funds, because I know people keep asking that question. Am I supposed to have my proof of funds in my account? I would say do what works for you at the time. For me, if I hear one, two, three people say, "Oh, somebody asked me for my proof of funds at the body," I think the fear in me will just make me like the most important thing is just to be confident. Like Miss Susan said, don't be fidgety. Being fidgety, being looking very low and unsure about yourself and give off some negative vibes and make them ask you questions that they shouldn't have asked you in the first place. Okay. So I don't know, Susan, do you want to talk about some of the things in the carry-on that people should have with them, Andy, while they are at the airports?
Okay. So for me, because I already applied for the school accommodation back in Nigeria, I had that with me. I had that with me in my file. Then you should have your passport close by. I mean, in fact, just carry everything that has to do with all of your applications in a file and have it in your carry. They should be accessible. They should be very, very accessible with you there. Something you once you're asked, you can just open a zip, bring out your file, and um, bring out whatever document you're asked to show. So you should have your file, your entire file. I don't think it's that much that you can't carry them all. Carry them all, so you don't be in a situation whereby you're asked for something and you're fumbling with your bag or looking for it somewhere.
True. True, that's true. That's true. So yeah, have all your documents, Andy, your travel document, passport, your CAS, your if all everything that has to do with your admission. Basically, just have it with you. And also, I would also advise have your emergency contact with you, um, address of where you're going to stay because you can't be at the border agency and they're asking you. Not everybody gets asked where do you intend to stay, but some people get asked where they intend to stay. I mean, don't say you don't know. Don't ever sound that way. Sound like you're organized or you're staying in the university accommodation or you booked a temporary accommodation where you will stay for maybe 2 weeks and until you get your permanent accommodation is something you should have information ready just in case they ask you um at the border point. Okay. All right. Okay, before I let you go, another question I'd like to ask you is about the check-in, just before we move on to Mr. Today. Can you talk us through what your check-in experience was like last year when you got to the campus? For those who have not yet done theirs.
Okay, it was easy and swift, very, very swift because I resumed very early, like days before the induction and everything. So the first thing I did was I had to just go to the university house, do my registration. It was very easy. I did it on the same day. So, and I already have some people from September intake who are asking me, how long will it take to do the registration? I am not actually in Manchester now. I'm in my auntie's place because I don't have an accommodation and all of those. If you can just walk straight to Manchester, to Salford, you would find, and you've already booked your appointment dates with the school. Once you're in there, you are doing your registration once and for all. Nobody's going to stop you. You won't find crowd, at least for now. I'm sure you will find crowd now until when, like, if you wait until the dying minutes, that induction period, the crowd there will you'll get overwhelmed by the crowd there. And some people find it difficult to book the appointment. You can still go to school. You can do a walk-in and also do your registration in school. It's not hard. Just go with the necessary documents, your passport, your the email you got from UKVI showing that showing your visa approval. You can print that out, take it along with you. And I don't know, there are some other documents, I guess. I think there are three of them, but I'm very sure of these two. Go with them. Go with your bank card, like Mr. Adida you said before. You should have at least £1 in it, which will be refunded back to you. They will take it, but they'll have to refund it back to you. That is just to verify that you have a card where they can always take the instrumental payment of your school fees monthly. And for those that will say, oh, I don't have a bank account, a UK bank account, what do I do? There are virtual bank accounts you can actually apply for, right? And they will send you the card in a week. Sometimes in 3 days, you might get, depending on the bank you're using, you might get it. All you need to do is just put in £1 there. I don't think anybody will just go to the ATM booth and say you want to just put in £1. Just put money there. Whatever amounts will be that will be taken from it would be refunded back. It's usually £1, but it will be refunded back to you. So it takes only 1 day to do your check-in in the university. It doesn't take a lot. Likewise, if you're also using the school accommodation, it's just a day. It doesn't even take anything. Yeah, that's just it.
Okay. And after the check-in, at what point do they start like meeting their, the induction week? What are the key activities that stood out for you? You arrived early, so you saw everything. What were the key activities that stood out for you? I know your experience will be different from people in the business school. You are in the you studied digital marketing, right?
No, public relations.
Oh, public relations. So sorry. Okay, so you
Yeah.
are in the Sam City School. What was the
Yeah.
induction week like for you?
So it was fun. I attended all the days.
Thank
It
you.
was fun because the freebies, the vouchers, the I even got a spad voucher. So it was fun, and I also used the opportunity that day to register for my GP in school there, because instead of going to any other place that would later seem far for me, I did everything in school there. So everything was just seamless, like nothing hard. You get I mean, the freebies are just great. The rides, everything. Trust me, you don't want to miss your induction. You don't want to miss your induction, including the one you will have with the compulsory one you should have with, is it compulsory? It's not compulsory. The important one you should have with your in your course. You don't want to miss it, because that would help you out throughout your stay in the school and throughout your studies. The one thing about it is um the induction, the one you have with your program leader, where you get to meet all your lecturers. You get to connect with your students, like you know where they are from. Not like when you come to school later on after the induction, you start meeting people. In fact, you get lost. Because I knew back then, when some of my friends, that they are my friends now, then they were just confused. They couldn't even find the lecture hall. They couldn't find where we were having lectures. But this now, they would show you around. It's almost like an orientation. It's an orientation. They show you everything, and next time you're coming for lecture, you come like you've known the place for more than a year. So you don't want to miss the induction. You don't want to miss the freebies. I tell you, some of them I'm still using them. You don't want to miss them.
Thank you
Yeah, I'm still
so
using
much. Thank you
them.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that insight. Okay, now go to Mr. Tobe. Are you still here? I can't see you. Is Tobe not still around with us?
Yes, I'm
Hi,
here.
Tobe.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Okay. I have a question I want to ask you, and you're the one I really want to ask that question. Yeah, let's get a
All
bit
right.
serious now before we talk about the softer issues. And the reason I want to ask you is because you're doing such a big program. A PhD program is a big deal. When we've done first degree, we've done masters, and now doing the PhD. I want you to talk us through what academic expectations is like in the UK, especially at Salford. Can you just talk us through what people should expect, things around academic integrity, assessment systems, how people interact with their professors, classroom etiquette, attendance, and everything around academics. If you can just talk us through that quickly.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
All
hear you
right.
clearly.
Thank you, Miss Adedayo, for giving me and Susan this opportunity to speak. It says a lot about the organization and how far we are going to support the new incomers, which is a very good thing. So before I answer your question, I really feel the need to emphasize the need to um, always inform the university of the position you are. That's to say, in your whole application process, if there is a delay, make sure you inform the university because it can be an impediment and you don't want to be in that situation. So I know Mr. Adedaya has said it. I just feel the need to emphasize on it. Inform the university. If there's a delay in maybe visa application or health search or the whole process, just keep them in the loop of things. Then secondly, I also feel the need to emphasize the importance of information. Information goes a long way, from how you settle down here, or better say, how you get your admission, to how you settle here, and how you grow in the journey. You get information is key. So for me, my journey as a PhD student, I really I cherish knowledge as as a tool to gain whatever I get. So in my life journey, I always try to improve myself, to tax myself, and that's what has motivated me you know, to be doing my PhD today. It's all about, for me, it's about tax, getting new idea, giving myself new challenges, and making it a big deal as we are doing today. So for me, like PhD for me is more like it's like a dream come true to me. For me, like literally to me, this is my first time I'm really going to university. You get trying to learn what I want to learn about, what I have passion for. So to me, I really cherish the whole journey. So the same thing goes to you all. You get, when you come into the uni, you have a goal, you have aspirations, you get, and I expect that as you step into the journey with the proper guidance of Miss Adedayo, Mark Knight, Susan, and me per se, we will make our dreams come true. You get, and in a nutshell, it still boils down to information because whatever we are doing today is not new. Somebody has done it before. So, when we come to give you insight on perspectives, it's a good thing because at the end of the day, it's helping you learn from people's experience and from you learning from your own experience, which you don't want to. Because bringing myself into the whole perspective, like literally, my first flight to the UK, no, sorry, my second flight to the UK, I missed it. Why did I miss it? Because I was 2 hours late for my trip. So you don't want to be in that position. You need to go on time, board on time. They say 2 hours 2 hours before boarding. You need to be there 2 hours before boarding, and you need to get your flight and come to the UK. And don't forget, information is key. You have the requisites resources to get the information from me. You have Miss Adebayo, you have Susan, you have Mark, you have me, and other people, and definitely we'll be here to support you throughout the process. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Toby. So I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to this new cohort coming in about what academics is like. Attendance. Somebody has asked me before. Do you have an idea how many times in a week classes are? I mean, that will be different for everybody in every department. But what mindset do you think students should have towards the academic attendance, classes, how they are being assessed? Can you just talk a bit about that, how it happens at Salford? Did you do a master's program at Salford before your PhD?
No, I did my master's in Sheffield, Hallam.
Okay, and you came to us to do your PhD. All
Yeah.
right, so your experience would definitely be different from for those who've done their master's program here because you don't do a lot of taught classes. Am I correct?
No, we did a lot of thought. In fact, like my master's happened before the corona, which I think after the corona a
Okay.
lot of things changed. So before the corona, most things were face to face, but the corona kind of encouraged things to move to the digital age. Or however, I think the most important thing that I need to state in this question is that, like, literally, the school is trying their possible best to make the whole timetable system kind of flexible for you to accommodate your, school life, your work life, which is also important because at the end of the day, this journey is about you finding the balance. Okay, let me not use you as example. Let me use me, because of your journey might be different from my journey, but for me, it's all about finding the balance. Okay, there should be a work-life balance. There should be a school academia balance, and also definitely an entertainment part, because we are coming into the UK. We don't want to be soaked up in the whole ideology of shifts, work, school without having the fun process in it. So yes, the school is important, the work is important, and at the end of the day, we need to have fun in the process because that's what makes life worth it. So it's all about you finding that balance that matters. Yeah.
Can I ask about attendance? What's the attendance system like
Like
attending
literally, I feel
classes?
I feel like when it comes to attendance, if you attend all your classes, there's no cost for you to fail the course.
No,
So attendance,
I mean, can you attend by proxy? Like, do you have to sign in?
you have
You know those
literally
ethics.
you have to do it yourself. Like literally, you paid a lot of money to do this course. So why won't you want to attend the classes you get? And the classes is so, I feel like the classes process is so structured in such a way that there's no way you fail your course if you attend your classes. You get, so it
Okay.
work hand in hand. You cannot spend close to, let me say, 20 something million naira, and you want to joke about it. I mean, for me, my pocket size, 20 something million naira is large. I don't know about you, though, but I
Mm,
feel like you need to, you know, get the worth of what you are paying for, the service you are paying for, which is good to learn, understand the whole process, and apply that knowledge that you have learned to make your life a
okay.
better place. So yeah.
So, can I ask this question? So, we have a handful of people who probably would not be able to settle down quickly in Manchester. Maybe they are in another city close by, maybe in Huddersfield or even in London, and they are thinking, well, I'll be commuting. Maybe if the classes are maybe like 3 times a week, I'll be commuting in between. So, is it possible to be attending classes at Salford and commute from such distances? I mean, from such long distances. Is it sustainable?
As I said, I'll use myself as an example. Like literally, when I first came for my program, I was at Sheffield. You get, and Sheffield is literally, let me just say, 2 hours train
Wow.
plus. But it's not that far though. But trust me, it's not even up to 2 hours. But I'm just saying 2 hours. It's kind of 2 hours away from where my university is. And sincerely, it was really stressful for me. Like literally, it was telling on my grades. So I feel like it's important to actually stay close to university because it removes that stress, that hustle of you thinking about um what's the time of the train, what time should I leave. It removes a lot of hustle from you, which if you
Mhm.
try to better still put that hustle with with respect to money,
Mhm.
it's not cost you less than 50 to 100 pounds to remove that hustle from you. So ordinarily you would have been paying that much money on rent if you are staying if you would have paid less of that money on rent if you are playing staying in Manchester. But because of you are staying in Manchester, you have removed that hustle, and it gives you
Mm.
that proximity that okay, oh, after even though it's 30 minutes time to your classes, you can still step up and go to your class because that proximity is very close. Your school is close to the house. So I feel like it's really important for you to be close to the university, for you to excel easily. But because of example, during the exam period where you were having a lot of writing to do, you want to be accessing the university library with ease, because apart from you doing your own private research, you can also harness the knowledge that you maybe your peers have, or people that have done the work before you have done. You can easily see them in the library. You can get the necessary support, once you are staying around the uni. And it makes the whole academic journey an easy one. So I feel like it's important for you to stay close to university, and that's where we come in as Nigerian Students Union, Nigerian Students Society. We help to, give Nigerians that soft landing when they come to the UK, especially when it comes to accommodation, logistics, way of life, academic support, social support. We can't emphasize the importance that we bring to you as a community. But first of all, you have to understand that we are here to help you. We are here to give you the right information, and we are here to ensure that you have a best stay you have in Salford University. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toby. All right. Well, as you let's just use the opportunity to delve in a little bit into accommodation. I've talked about it briefly. I've posted from the university website that has literally almost everything you're going to say, but from the practical point of view, I'm I already have my visa and I'm traveling next week. And as I speak, I have no idea where I'm going to lay my head the first day. What should be my what should be my first point of action? Book an Airbnb, or what should I do now? And after maybe when I'm settled in school, because most of those Airbnb, I'm aware that you can't book them for more than I think 2 weeks at once. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know. They have different policy. But what would you advise people just coming in and they have no idea how to go about their accommodation?
All right. Thank you for this question. I think this question is really important because my senior colleague here, sorry, my mentor Adi Dayo has mentioned that the school has provided them accommodations that trust me, those accommodations have the necessary set of services you need to excel as a student. But when we come about talk about the practical implication of you know that criteria, I feel like with my experience, because I did my university, I've always been traveling out. I feel like it's safer to have an accommodation, not just any accommodation, a trusted accommodation before you even arrive, because anybody entering real estate is looking for how best they can maximize their outcome. So if you are going to patronize Airbnb, you should be ready to pay the highest market cap of you know that investor, which is going to serve you the best, the best for that moment. But that's where we come into place here in NSS, that's Nigerian Student Society. We try to help our paid members to have the requisite accommodation that they have before they even come into the university. That will also reduce the potential costs of them, you know, paying for Airbnb or possible hotels, or even staying with someone that they might not be comfortable to stay with. You get. So what we do, we step in, we communicate with you, we show you the set of accommodations available, the set of services available. Then you have the luxury to choose from what is available. So it's more like we in the Nigerian Student Society, which is this stands for NSS, we are more like we are home away from home. Like imagine you're in Nigeria now, you have a brother in the UK, that's a brother in the Manchester, not just the UK, in Manchester, and you're coming and you need accommodation. You ask your brother, bro, how far? Help me get accommodation. That's where we come in. We help you with your communication uh, in the channel. We help you get the necessary accommodations you need, which will indirectly reduce costs for you. But all these benefits still boils down to paid members. So to like literally, we are here for you, but you need to receive us, and we also need you to communicate with us, and we communicate to you, and we help you. So yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Okay, thank you so much, Tobe. Thank you so much for that insight. It's a lot of that's a lot of information there. He said a lot about academics. You need to take it seriously. I know people have different ideas why they have decided to choose this route, but please, your academics are so important as you are planning other things, whatever the personal plans you have for wanting to come to the UK. Also factor in academic success into it. We spend so much money, you spent a lot of money, and it's not nice for you to finish up badly. And we also have to remember that there is also job application ahead of you, and which employer would want to employ people who are not excellent in their studies? That's something you want to think about. So please, also another key thing he said was that you should endeavor to stay close to Salford. I know some people will be able to sort out their accommodation on time, and some it will take them a bit of time for them to sort it out. But please endeavor to stay around the school. Imagine doing 2 hours in the UK. That UK 2 hours is like 4 hours in Nigeria. Doing 2 hours and try train delays sometimes, and bringing all that stress into the classroom. It's a big deal, okay? And I don't know. I know that we'll get through it, but accommodation is something we need to try to figure out as soon as possible. I believe Mr. Kinwale is already here now. I think Mr. Kinwale is here, and I would like to, I don't know, if you're here, I'll just say hello to us, Mr. Kinwale. Okay, I don't know if he's joined us yet. Just a minute, let me check. 1 minute, please. Okay. Miss Akiwali, please, anytime you're in, just let me know so I can bring you on. In the course of this meeting, we need to talk a little bit about, we're going to be talking about UKVI creating e-visa. Now the UKVI stopped issuing the VETs. They now issue the e-visa. I don't know if there's one of our current students, no, well, soon to be students. His name is Clement, and I know he's been so helpful to so many people. He's helped a lot of people sort out their e-visa account creation and all of that, linking their e-visa account. I don't know if Clement, just a moment. I think I need to check the settings of the microphone. Just a moment, please. So I want him to, before I call on Mr. Kiwale and ask him some questions, I would like Clement to please quickly, because I know a lot of people have that issue right now, and some people are just stuck. And I also know that adding people to the WhatsApp group, I've asked people to provide their e-visa documents before I add them. And some people feel frustrated that they're not able to do it. They've been on it for a bit and they've not still been able to do it too. I don't know if you're here, Clems. If you're here, can you let me know? Hi, Clems. Let me check the chat box. Can you just, I don't know if it's here. Okay, Tobena has dropped his phone number, his WhatsApp on the chat box. So please feel free to reach out to him. Okay, I think I might have to activate everybody's mic, but please, you have to move. I can't hear anything. Just a moment. Mic. Okay. All right.
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. Sorry, I think the mics were turned off earlier. Is that Clement?
Yeah, this is Clement.
Hi, Clement. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Can we see you?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today, Clement. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence here. So, Clement, before we move on, we don't take a break from talking about all the UK things because people are still in transition. So, in fact, the first, I said I was going to send you a voice note. I forgot. I will forward it to you when I'm done. The first WhatsApp message I read this morning was from someone who really felt frustrated about creating their e-visa account. I'm not applying for a same visa, so I can't even do it and understand what the experience is like. Do you want to quickly talk to us about creating this account or linking it, especially for those who got a vignette before? Just talk to us.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
So the e-visa stuff is actually very, very easy actually. So the only thing about the e-visa is that it's a practical thing, not something you actually um can give instruction by the phone to do. But the issues comes where you don't follow some certain instructions. For instance, when it has to do with, because the main issue about the e-visa is probably when you are about to take a capture of your face, and at that point there are specifications and there are requirements. Not all kind of pictures and postures are accepted at the site, so you have to really follow the specifications. And second thing about the e-visa where issues usually come up is when the chip is about to be scanned, because that is like the most difficult part of linking your e-visa, the part where you have to use your phone to scan the chip in your passport. So I think those are the issues that has to do with the e-visa. And also another thing to note is that most persons use phones that don't have NFC activations. Maybe some Android device, it will not really work. So like an iPhone, a very good iPhone or a very good Samsung would be best when trying to link the e-visa. So I don't know. It's just because of the nature of the meeting. I will have done probably like a video, like maybe a rehearsal video on how to do the e-visa, because it's like I said before, something that is very practical actually. But if you follow the step from the beginning to the end, it won't cost you 10 minutes. You are done. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You are
Okay.
done.
You said you want to do a rehearsal video. Like, do you have a video you found somewhere, or you want to do it on your device and show us?
I didn't prepare for it actually, but
Mhm.
it's something I can do later on, or
Okay. Maybe
I
we
don't
can
know
do
how
it on
many.
the group
Yes,
for
I
people.
can do it on
Yeah.
the group. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I do it on the group. I do it on the
Oh,
group.
Olajumoke
So
Ogunleye said there's also a YouTube video that you can follow. I don't know. I'm just reading the chats as well.
yes, there's actually a YouTube video. But the thing is, the YouTube video will just give you a practical explanation of everything. But when it comes to the point of scanning the chip, that's where the issue is. So most people like they'll say this is not scanning, it's not reading my chip, it's not picking my chip. So that's where the issue is actually to scan the chip. That's where the major issue is. So some people have to do it like 2, 3, 4 times, and they'll lock them out and ask them to come back after 24 hours. So, but if you follow the step, actually, it's very easy. That's the truth. If you follow the step bit by bit, you won't have much of a problem. Actually, that's the truth.
Okay. So which category of people have the problems? Is it the people who got a vignette that have more of these problems, or people who already got the e-visa?
No, no, both parties. Whether you have the VNet visa or having the e-visa, you still have to link the visa. So it's not really about having a sticker visa or having an e-visa. Actually, I've done for people who have a sticker visa. In fact, the fastest I've seen was a lady I did yesterday, my friend. In 3 minutes, it was done, and she had an e-visa.
Wow.
I was so surprised. So it's had nothing to do with if you're having a sticker visa or an e-visa. It just boils down to you following the principles and the instructions. Actually, it's very, very simple. But if you make
Very
a mistake,
simple.
it can be very frustrating. Honestly, it can be very, very frustrating when you make a
I,
mistake.
I like the fact that you are emphasizing the parts where if they don't follow instructions, it can be very frustrating. And I understand because, with all due respect, it's not everybody that reads instructions carefully. And I know that there's a lot of tension. People are anxious. People's brain are filled up with so many things this minute. And so, you know, it's something. So like Clement has said, please let's go back. If it has logged you out, maybe you give yourself another 24 hours, right? And then come back to it one step after the other, okay? Someone is saying you don't really need to start the scanning. I don't know. Anyway, there are so many comments in the chat. Please, as you are in this meeting, be reading the chats, the comments in the chat box. That will support you. And just like Clement has said, we'll see, maybe we can do something on the group, or it's just that Instagram has changed their policies. I mean, I just opened a specific Instagram account. I said we should just, sorry, hold on, please. Can you please mute? Sorry, can that person mute themselves, please? Thank you. Loretta, can you please hold on? All right. Clement, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. We'll probably tidy up this part later on, but at least we've created an awareness for people that it's not difficult. Some people just have the mindset that it's difficult, and no, please. And lastly, before I let you go, someone asked me this question on Monday, but I didn't know exactly how to answer that person. Should they wait until they get to the UK to do this, or they should just do it now? Is there an implication for not doing it now?
No, but I think they should do it now. They should do it before they come to the UK. Reason being that when you have your e-visa linked, it will give you access to your share code, which is your right to work. Because many of us have not gotten our NI yet, but some of us are using our share code to get jobs. So rather than waiting till you come to the UK and start doing that whole process, start looking for share code, this and that, it's best to just do your e-visa there. So when you arrive the UK and probably you want to get a job, some employers can use your share code. Like my friends, they're using their share code to work while they are waiting for their NI to arrive, to come. So it's something you should do before leaving Nigeria. Most preferably, actually.
You know, you have just triggered a question in me with that last comment you made. I wanted to talk about it later, but before I let you go, because I'm going to call on Mr. Akewale, I heard that your friends are already using share code to work. Please, these your friends, when did they arrive the UK? Like, I'm sure they must have traveled on the 15th, like on the date the visa was open.
We arrived together on the 17th, on a Sunday.
You arrived on the 17th of August.
Yeah.
So, and you're already working like this?
Yes.
Okay, well, those of you that want to arrive on the 20-something, sure, you have heard. People have started making money and they are still waiting until later. Please start packing your bags and, making plans to travel, or especially if you already have events. Thank you so much, Clement. I'll be in touch with you again. Somebody says sharp guys. Honestly, I'm shocked already. Like, you're working. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. All right. Thank you so much. All right. I think Mr. Akimale is here already. And I don't know if he can join us now. Mr. Akimale, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not so bad. How about you?
I'm good. Let me use the opportunity to thank you again for what you did in June. Every time I watch that video, I'm like, I hope these guys are watching this video. And we want you to, talk to us about a few things. Let me introduce you to the house. Can we see your video? I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
Maybe I'm the only one, because others were seeing Mrs. Okay, anyway, others can see you. Okay, that's fine. So Mr. Akinwale is our Honorable Student Union President at the University of Salford. Every time I just remember that the student union at the university is Nigerian, there's a way I used to feel like it's a bragging right. And that's because we are that good. Sometimes we look down on ourselves and feel like, there's this tendency for a lot of Nigerians to just, walk with their heads bowed. We are good at what we do. And I just want to say congratulations on your election again. Well done for everything you do, all the support you'll be providing for students. And I wish you the best time during your tenure, okay? So today we have questions we want to ask you. And Mr. Clement already ushered me to the first thing I want to talk about. Because the kind of questions people ask me sometimes, I can't answer them. Imagine a particular nursing student asked me a month ago, and I almost got upset. Like, please, can you share the timetable for the program? And I'm like, I can't have timetable. a month plus to the program. Okay. I said, is there any reason you're asking this? Is there something that you want to do that you must get this timetable for? He said, because there's a job that our auntie has already got. So she wants to know whether it's only 2 times, And I want to talk about work. I want you to talk to us about work. Working as a student. Everybody already knows that you can only work 20 hours, but can you just talk to us about realities about getting job as a student while studying, what kind of jobs you can get, or what tips you can give to incoming students about job opportunities they can do while they study?
Yeah. Thank you once again. And my bad. I just got into the call, not quite because I had some other things I was doing, and I've sent my apology earlier on that I'm going to be fizzed up with some other commitment. So, and yeah. Um, Good evening, everyone. And this is kind of privilege at which we from the student union. And as a matter of fact, because I'm also a Nigerian and likewise an international student, and I've one way or the other passed through this particular stage, I believe every one of us on this call might be right now. And before then, I have to say hi to Mark. How are you doing? If you can hear me.
Hello.
How are you doing?
You good? Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. And yeah, and thank you also, Adedayo, for this privilege and giving all the prospective students. And likewise, hi, Tobina. I see you there. How are you doing? And likewise, I can see uh, Dima
Susan.
as well. Dima, how you doing? All right, thank you. I was just being told that my voice is loud anyway, so I'm going to
Okay.
keep it calm. So yeah, starting from the working as a student, and as a matter of fact, I realized that it is one of those depressing things whereby students try to balance up work and academic function at the same time. And most especially, I also understand the fact that we, as a international student, I believe we spent a lot for us to come to the university, and I realized that we need to bring be able to just settle up ourselves the cost of living and the likes like that. So I understand what it is. So I'm going to use myself as an example when I got in as a student, because like Mr. Clement, if I'm right, as rightly said the other time, because one of those things like most students love to come in like probably 2 weeks or a week before the real induction and um, before the academic activities start so that they can try to settle in and get to work to be doing, at least to put their hands into something, because I know how it is when you come in probably the days of induction, because there's going to be quite a lot of things for you to do at that same particular time, because that is where the academic section will start. And as a matter of fact, what Tobina rightly said about the attendance in the university is so paramount. That is one of your obligatory kind of uh, things, which is the university does not take that lightly, because I will have to like try to go back to that about when you said, can you stay far from the university? Can you be doing your course out of the university? The only time, because you have to meet up a particular requirement of attendance whenever you are a registered student of the university, because you must meet up a particular attendance. And as the software and was the IT about the university right now is just about you have to log in with the university Wi-Fi for you to be able to get your codes logging in, and this is part of way which the university track your attendance. As we speak now, this is a part of those things at which we are trying to put modalities to track student attendance, and it is so paramount as a student to be in for your lectures and to be, if there are sometimes you might have some kind of online lectures, but you still have to log in and you have to attend those lectures. So coming back to work and how you can easily get work in UK as a student is quite easy and not easy. It depends on the context at which you are going to place it. Like what Mr. Clement has rightly said, he came in earlier and he has been into the market trying to know what and getting the right information for him to get job. So now if you are just coming in, the question you should ask yourself is just have you got the right skills? Because there's different kind of sectors in the UK. Students can get jobs probably in healthcare, and there are some like definitely everybody is just always like we got warehouse. If I'm not, because I know Tobena is always I believe he spent like 4 months doing warehouse job, if I'm not mistaken. So, and likewise, don't go for these big jobs. Like, as a matter I'm an architect right from Nigeria, whereby when I got there, I don't really say I want to apply for architectural job, but I went for cleaning jobs. I spent more than 4 months doing cleaning jobs. And like I rightly said, for those June intake, part of the money I realized doing my cleaning jobs back then is what I used to cover up my tuition balance. If yeah. So because I just moved into cleaning. So but to get jobs here, uh there are some stages, just some steps you just have to do. Don't go for I'm just advising us based on I've been into this before. So and I don't really want to cap it. Don't go for if you're an accountant, you are this, you are that back in Nigeria. Please and please, don't just come here and say, "Oh, you're applying for accountant role and all like that." Go for things that can fetch you the cash you need at the same time for now. And at the long run, because you can't get a job that I think you really want if you don't have experience in UK, at least minimum of 4 month experience, 6 month experience, and you are just coming in. So there's no way you're going to get it. It's only when you register with some agencies that they are going to do the training for you and they are going to stand in like, okay, we are the one that train you. That is when you are going to healthcare lane and less. But it's definitely easy for people coming for nursing, any kind of courses that were around the earth and society. If you are coming into for the earth and society aspect, if that is where your courses are, probably you're a nurse, you're a doctor, and life like that. You can still use some of those experience to get easily to fit in easily into the healthcare and the life like that. Or basically, UK is just like progression. You have to start from the minimum and then you just try to progress. The more your days are in UK, the more your experience will be. So before you know, you will count the experience. And please, for those people that have not really gotten their international driving license, well, yeah, it's part of some of those things that you really need international driving license because it is easy for people with international driving license and coupled with little training here and they can fit in with healthcare sector. And but my basic advice is once you step into UK, the first thing to do is like Clement has rightly said, get your share code sorted, and you can definitely do it right from Nigeria. And when you get here, it will be so easy for you to use that as a reference for any employer to tell them, yeah, this is my right to work. Because without right to work and right to rent and life like that, you won't be able to get anything sorted. But that can actually help you to secure like a place like for the employer to know that you have all the right to work and they can process your probably training and like that. But likewise, as well, if that's the case, don't just apply. This is just the trick about employment. If you just come into UK and you just apply because your friend is applying, you just apply, and you're always getting this love letter. And I know Toby, you know what we call love letter. So if you are
I
in
think
UK,
I have
you
an
know,
idea of what you're saying.
yeah. And love letter,
Unfortunately, right?
yeah, a love letter is what we call unfortunately, because they will just tell you, yeah, we received your application, but unfortunately. So anytime you see unfortunately, that shows that you can't apply again to that same company within that you can't apply within that same company again, and they are going to accept you not until after 6 months.
Wow.
Yes, so it's better off getting the training done, do your CV, have your cover letter sorted, have the the minimum requirement for that job role. Don't just apply. Read your job role, like the job description. Look at what they need. Do you really have that? And if you did not have that, wait, do the training. Have the minimum requirement before you apply. But most of the things that people used to get wrong once they enter is just like, I'm just applying, going to Indeed, going to job.uk, going to everything, just applying. No, that is not the best way. So, and this has part of the reason why when you come into the university, the first thing you have to do is associate yourself with societies, associate yourself with people that can give you the right information, go for trainings, register for career fair in the university, and most especially if you did not even know what to do, the university house also is 24 hours open for students for inquiry. And there's a desk we call Ask Us at the University House, whereby a student can just dash in and ask if you have anything that you are not clear about. And we have also a career and enterprise unit in the university. This is the place whereby they can help you to revamp your CV. They can help you to register with Uniterms, because Uniterms is a site in the university whereby the jobs within the university for students. And the good thing about this new section is about the university is pulling towards having 10% of the workforce in the university to be, we want to have student staffs, part-time jobs for students. These are part of those things that is going to happen this new academic section. So you can also as well take that chance, register with Unitem, come to Ask Us, join society, and do the normal training you need to do. And yeah, so that is one. And as a student, well, I'm advising as a Nigerian, and I understand the fact that Nigeria not the carry last. I understand. Yeah. Do you believe that one of the June intake that came in is a very, very recognized uh, uh, is it car mechanic? How do they call them? All those technicians that repair the
Mhm.
car, because he
Wow.
came with his skills, and when he asked around, he was able to go to different. Oh yeah, I'm a mechanic. I'm a mechanic. I would love to
Wow.
work. Do you believe that within 1 week he was able to get a kind of, even as a matter, I have to recommend some of my friends to take their car to that garage. He
Wow. That's
works with them.
cool.
We've got some other students that have some kind of skill from Nigeria. Make your skill or as well work for you, because once you've got
Mhm.
skills, try to look at those establishments that you can also use that your skill, and in which they'll be able to employ you as a student, giving you your part-time job. And believe you me, most students that comes in June, they are like 30% of them are into that sector, which is actually also working for them. And if I may ask Mr. Clement about the jobs which his friends or colleagues might have gotten, I believe
Mm.
that it's just these easy jobs whereby they can start and get something doing, pending the time
True.
they resume. So please and please don't let us take it from up to down. Let's try to take it from the
Yeah.
grassroots and then try to develop on that. And one of those,
True.
the advice I'm gonna advise everybody right now is, personally, I understand how it is this present time. Those people that are still in Nigeria, those people that are in transit, I understand that kind of yeah, I know we are all overwhelmed. How is it going to be? You are going into new country. How does this going to work? I have people. I'm going to miss my family. Oh, I've been hearing a lot about, but I'm just here to tell you, for the fact that I'm just here, still smiling with you. I won't be in this show.
Mm.
So, and yeah, we all overcome it. I could still remember Dima. I've once been in this shoe because I could
Mm-hmm.
still remember our first day in the university. I met her, but now she's now someone that can boastfully tell someone else this is how things have been run. So please let us leave all those anxiety. she she has to open a camera for me to see her.
Even with that
So
face.
Uh,
so
um,
So please and please, all what we are here to do for you guys is just for you to have a very, very easy landing and to have a easy transition from the inception in this university and your post graduation period, because we want to be able to be in every step of your way. Uh, the way we are advising you guys now, that's the same way we are advising all the students that are coming in. But please and please, I have some points I would just like to let every one of us know. I understand the balance between working and studying. Please, in any way, don't let your working, um, the balance about your working to affect your academics. And
thank you.
same thing is just that your academic is the is your priority, is what you have to prioritize coming to university, because this also will reflect after your graduation. Because I wouldn't want to emphasize the fact that you someone graduates with so thing and you won't be able to like go for what you actually dream of. And same as
True.
well, I know quite alright that not everybody is financially buoyant and all like that, but might just want, oh, once I come into UK, I want to make this money. Yes, but do it strategically. And I believe that people that are here understand what I mean by when they say strategically, because I can't just start saying everything on here right now. But that is one of the reasons why once you comes in, affiliate with society,
Mm-hmm.
affiliate with people that really know what really matters on campus, and then they were going to tell you this is what you have to do. We are here now, and yeah,
I want to
Dima is
ask you
a
a question.
yeah, I know,
I
I
know
know,
Jim,
I know.
and I will need you to answer. I need Dimma to answer, and I need Tobe to answer because I know you know I like the word you use. There's some things you have to do strategically. It's fine. I know there's some things you can't say here. That's fine. But I want to ask, and these are questions students ask me right when they're here. Someone has opened up to me and said, "Look, Mr. Jayo, you see all this money I've spent. I have to borrow, no, and all. And we know that. Well, he was asking, he said, yes, this 20 hours, can I really work within this 20 hours to pay my tuition fee? Now, I said, what made you think you would get a job? So let's say, I think what's the minimum wage now? 12, is it 12, 50? What's the minimum wage just now?
1221, 1221.
12.21, right? Great. So let's do the math. 12.21 times 20 every week. How much does that get? If you get 20 hours, 12.21 times 20. So in a week you earn like 244. I know they don't tax students this kind of funds. You won't pay tax on income that is not up to a particular amount. But let's assume you even get this 244. Let's exaggerate it to 250, or let's just say 240. 240 times 4 times in a month, right? Times 4. That's 960. I have my calculator here. So thank you, 960. Thank you, Chisere. So you earn 960 in a month. Like you are getting the whole of that 20 hours. you're going to pay your accommodation. The cheapest I've seen for private rented accommodation people share is somewhere around 300, 350. Am I correct, Dima? If people share, it's maybe 350 bills inclusive. By the time you remove 350 from there, your bus ticket, your train ticket, your feeding. My question is because this guy was saying, sometimes I've had people who said they were doing 4 jobs and they paid their school fees. The good thing is that Salford has given a flexible payment plan. You can pay the rest of your fees in 7 installments. But can you, for real, do a job, Mr. Akinwale, and pay your full tuition fee from the job you do 20 hours per week during this study period? You're on mute. Mr. Akinwale, you're on mute.
Yeah, that is like I rightly said the other time. I know Mark is kind of what is Akinwale is going to say about this.
No, don't worry. Just shoot.
So the question is quite strategic, and is I think the answer to this is a bit also logical. Looking at it with your analysis and putting it into the rate of the cost of living and likes like the accommodations, like cost of living in that context is just quite a bit not that realistic, but at the same time we can look at it in a particular dimension that where we can walk around it and we are going to be okay. So, like I rightly said, well, we've got just 20 hours as students work. And same also when we are looking at the part whereby we can look at some other means, that is where I said it's quite logical.
Okay.
Well,
maybe like do some side hustles here and here with my skills.
But I think Dima is very, very good practical example of
answer
this.
the question. Okay, Dima, please come and talk to us because that money is very important. Money in this conversation is key. Can you talk to us, Dima, about this? I mean, from your point of view, Tobe, you're going to talk to us as well.
Dima, baby, you want to be?
No, just tell us from a general point of view what we will tell to people. No,
you have to see. How do I explain? Okay, first of all, the 20 hours is when school is on section, right? But when you're on holiday, you can work past 20 hours.
Unlimited,
that's the first
yes.
thing. Exactly. That's the first thing you should know. If you want to now kill yourself when you're on holiday, go and kill yourself with shifts. That's one thing you should know. So another thing there, how I did mine was you have to be very, very calculative. Before coming to Salford, I knew 20 hours alone would not pay my school fees. So what I did was I paid my accommodation. That was one of the reasons, again, I stayed in school accommodation. So I paid for my accommodation back in Nigeria so that at least whatever thing I'm making is going to the school. That's number 2. The third thing I did was I deprived myself of getting clothes, shoes, going for so many parties, anything that will make me spend unnecessarily. That was another thing. Then the third one, the fourth one rather, you have to be very strategic in whatever side hustle you want to put in. So whatever thing you're doing, still have in mind that school was what brought you here. Now, if you can do your strategic thing, don't let it affect your school.
Okay.
Don't let it affect your school. So what I was actually really doing was I was doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
So it really
I wanted you to talk about that.
Yes, I was actually making people's hair.
Wow.
Like during like weekends most of the times. But now that I'm off, anything in school is off now. I'm full-time available for anybody.
Wow.
So that was how I was
see.
able to pay my school fees. So while I was working, everything I was getting weekly
was going to school. I wasn't really waiting for that month's end. So once I'm getting the money, I am giving to school. Once I'm getting my money, I am giving to school. I was not waiting for that month's end. But all I made sure was I had 1,100 to pay every month. So what I made sure to do was by the 30th of that month, that money is complete or more than what I'm supposed to give to school. So for instance, I was making about £900 from my warehouse job. Yes, I did warehouse job. From my warehouse job. And I was making about initially I was making about £500 from making hair. Remember, I was not doing this steadily, right? So from there, when I give school the 900, of course, not at once, weekly, right? Then after making hair, anything I have left and like I give to school, like the remaining money for school, right? Then anything I have left, I feed from. I use for other things I have to do. But still yet, I was not concentrating on getting clothes, shoes, bags, all of those things. Skincare routine, though I'm not big on all those other things. But I was not just doing them. I really deprived myself of those things. So if you can actually deprive, it's just 1 year. If you can deprive yourself of shoes, bags, just get the necessary thing. In fact, this place you don't even need all those things. Once it's cold now, you start wearing your winter jacket up and down. Nobody knows if you have designers inside your winter jacket. You have your winter jacket. It's true. No one knows. You have your winter jacket. Nobody knows what you have inside it. You might just have only singlets inside it. You get. So people don't even wear something inside. You just wear their winter jacket and take off. Do you understand? So if you can deprive yourself of all these little things, I think you can pay off your school fees.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susan.
Seriously, I really believe that my mentorship does not just go to waste with Dima and actually, yeah, because she has really just touched on everything she has learned so far. So, but what I would just try to cap on what she has rightly said is just about, you know, though I understand the fact that there's something we call time, and likewise, when the academic calendar is off, that you're on holiday, you can work as many hours as possible, wherever you can get some extra funds and all like that. And like using her whole testimony as a reference, like looking at what she rightly said, we quite understand, like myself, I quite understand the fact that when you're coming from Nigeria, you are a big man in Nigeria. But when you come to UK, you have to try to look at the fact that you need to be kind of like I love the fact that even in the chat section, the chat board, someone who have been emphasizing on strategic. Yeah, I'm a very strategic person. You have to follow like a protocol. You have to bring up some kind of framework at which you are going to live your life day by day. Yeah, I can tell you point blank, as at yesterday, I still went to Primark to get some kind of inner wear for myself. I didn't go to where is the brand Tobe used to use anyways, but I know quite alright that he does use some kind of expensive things. But me personally, I still go to Primark, Aldi, Lidl to get some kind of things that is just quite easy to access.
And
Trying
British
to
Art Foundation.
the British Art Foundation as well. These are kind of way you can try
Sorry,
to cut.
what is British Art Foundation? Some people don't know.
Yeah, British Art Foundation is a kind of charity shops whereby you can get things, your household materials like clothing, shoes, and lights like that in a very subsidized rate.
Wow.
So it's just like when you go to Oshodi, going for those akubes and all like that. So that is where you
Guys,
can.
you have it.
So that is
we
where
call
you get.
Primark Primani as well sometimes as a joke. Yeah.
All right, yeah,
As
that's
in
true, Mark.
Armani,
It's true.
the cheap version of Armani.
So that's a combination of Giorgio Armani and Primark. I see. Yeah.
So with this, you will be able to. But let me just come back to payment of school fees. The school is so magnanimous enough to give some kind of extended time you can pay your tuition fee, like at the space of 7 installments. But there are some we call it PMC, personal mitigating circumstances, whereby if you can't meet up with, so you can call the income treasury, whereby they can help you to split it out and give you some kind of space where, I understand that, but we should just try to maintain that
The
sequential way
schedule
at
has been
which,
given.
yeah, that have
Mm.
been given. But when, if in case of personal mitigating circumstances, the school will surely know how that can also be
Mhm.
put in place as well. So, and yeah, I think some of those things are just down is, and yeah, school always also try to do career fair whereby you'll be able to meet some different, um, I mean, facilitators and job or companies whereby they can offer you jobs. And
Mhm.
they used to run it by school of science and engineering and the like. So all schools have their career fair. And lastly, about the scanning of shapes in your passport, please, when you look at the passport, there's a particular portion of the passport whereby it's just, that is where the shapes is just being embedded. That
Yeah.
is where you have to put your phone when scanning, and you have to be so diligent and so smooth, and you just have to be easy on that part so that it can pick up the NFS, that the NFS can pick up the shapes easily, because if you are too fast on it, it's not going to capture it, because that is a data installed in your passport. The shapes, the NFS have to read it, the app needs to read it before it can interpret it. So we have to be so diligent and so easy when it comes to that side. That is one of those reasons why people are having issue about it. It's just like
Mm.
Clement has rightly said, you have to follow the protocol. You have to follow the
Mm.
steps. And
Okay.
most especially when you are using iPhone, probably, most of the iPhones in Nigeria, I'm a victim of that as well. So I'm sorry, I'm not shading anybody. Most of the iPhones in Nigeria, probably in one way or the other, the back case might have been broken and the likes, like probably you might have repaired it once and all like that. Most times the NFS won't be working effectively. So that's why most times it won't pick it so easy. So, but
Okay.
definitely once you're in Nigeria, try to do that before coming to UK for easy settling in and getting your what's it called?
Okay. I was actually going to move that conversation to Toby, but the way, and I still want him to say something about
Yeah.
as Toby. I don't know. I want you to say something. So we've heard Susan, we've heard Akinwale Bello. Now let's hear you. I believe you're not just studying. I know PhD is time consuming. It's very demanding, but are you still able, because it's not just master students we have here, we have people doing their PhD on this call, we have people doing their MRS programs, and those, some of those doing their MRS, they've come with family. So can you talk to us about working and studying and how you have been able to balance this while at Salford?
Thank you again for that question, Miss Adedayo.
Mhm.
Susan and Bebu have said everything that we need to hear, and like literally, um, I will not try to sugarcoat anything as it is. It's important that you stick to the 20 hours as expected of you. That is enough. But you see all those skills like you neglect in Nigeria, all those hair making, photography, plumbing, cleaning, all those skills, I think they go a long way here. You get, so like you know, for you to actually get the true value of that 20 hours as expected, if you harness those skills, you will get more than the minimum wage, as the institutions have put it, the £12 chemical. you know let's say, for example, if you are good in mechanic, as the guy said, a rational person will be receiving, let's say, £13 from his everyday job. But you that has done mechanic, you'll be receiving nothing less than 18 to £20 per hour. So those skills go a long way. They maximize the output you can get from those minimum or those time that is expected of you. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is that try as much as possible to harness those skills that you have, whether it's week, knitting, whether it's actually
Cooking.
I know cooking. I know somebody here that has a clothing line from natural from African prints, clothes by Panache. Like literally, she's making a lump sum out of that. I know one of my colleagues here that has a shop, making good sums of money every day. I know somebody that makes hair, do a lot, and they make more than expected than the minimum wage. So it still boils down to you thinking out of the box and not just succumbing to the norm. Because if you succumb to the norm, yes, you will get paid, but you will live a normal life. And I don't feel like you want to live a normal life. I feel like you want to live above average. That's why I live in Nigeria and coming here. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that you need to harness your skills, try and improve on them and
Mm,
make the best out of it. Not just
okay.
leaving all those skills in Nigeria and coming here and doing shit. No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Toby. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. We are already almost running out of time, but there's a few things I want us to talk about. I don't know if we'll start with you first, but can you talk to people about, I know Mr. Actually was talking about some shops, like where people can buy things cheap. Sometimes if it's your first time abroad, you just enter any shop and start buying things. But people who've been in a location knows where to shop and get the best value for their money. You get what I mean? So, what kind of places will you advise people, to look out for where they get affordable things to buy?
All right. For you know, it still boils down to this particular question. Still boils down to three necessity of life. That's food, shelter, and also um clothing. Yeah. So when it comes to food, obviously you're coming from Nigeria, so you want to eat Nigerian food. You want to eat the fufu, the poundi, kinikon. You can still eat. You can. When you come here, there are shops they call the African stores. So whatever you eat in Africa or Nigeria, in Ghana, in Tanzania, wherever, South Africa, you can still get them here. So there are African stores that you can get those food. Apart from that, when it comes to clothing, I not let me use for myself. I shop from Shein for now. You get I
Okay,
shop from
Shane.
Shein.
Okay.
Shein. You get there's also the Primark that my Mark said. Primark is also very affordable.
Imani.
They give you yeah Primani, yeah, it gives you all the you know from the hoodie to the jackets that you need. Like literally, you don't want to buy a jacket in Nike stores. You, in your first
Right.
coming, you go to Primark and get the jacket. If you have the luxury, you can go to Shein to get it back. But the fear about Shein is that because it's an online store. If you don't know your measurements and you don't know what you're looking for, you might get the worst. So
True.
Primark affords you that affordability to, touch what you are buying,
To
feel
go
it,
to the store.
test it there. Yeah, go to the store, you test it there, and you get at an affordable rate you get.
So
So
what about groceries?
as I
Groceries.
said, when it comes to groceries and food, there are African stores. There's some stores here they call Tesco. There's the Aldi, all those stores they try to sell things at a high rate, and also African stores they sell things at affordable rates that you can necessarily afford. But what I will also suggest is that when you come into this country as a new person, you should not really depend on eating out, because eating out, I mean, it goes a long way. It fills the tummy, it's still your money you are using to buy what you eat. But to get the maximum output, it's rational to cook your food.
Cook your food.
Yeah. So you cook your food. Maybe if it's weekly, you have your stew, your soup, and then things. Then you you manage yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, it still boils down to you understanding your pocket and what you can do with it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I want to talk there's one more thing I want to talk about, the weather. Maybe Susan should answer that question for us. The weather is constantly changing. In June, the June intake students told me that, but you people, that's the way the person put it. I don't know who she was referring to as you people. So you people said that this period is summer period. There is no summer anywhere. That she can see the sun, but it's still very cold. So talk to us about the weather. So September people are coming in at what season now? And what are the changes they should expect during this time?
The weather.
Okay.
Somebody's already complaining to me. My body is changing. She just came in August 17th. Oh. My body is doing this one. My face is reacting to this. I don't know. But for the weather, right? Have your umbrella, have your raincoat in any bag you're going out with. Because you get all 4 seasons in one day. Very bipolar.
Okay.
Carry carry your face, anything you can shield yourself from sun, your shade, your umbrella,
Shades.
your coat, all of it, anything, carry all of them in your bag when you're going out daily, because you don't know what will meet you. If you're in Salford by 10 a.m., you don't know what will meet you in Widenshaw by 12. If you're going to
Hmm.
Widenshaw, it will take you there, because it changes. The weather changes. And please keep all of those your soft clothes at home. Don't come with them to this place. Come with
But
your.
can they come with them and still layer them? Like they can layer them plus
I'm
their
not asking
winter
them to keep all
jackets?
of them. You can bring some, not all of it, because you
Mm.
might think, I'm coming here, will kill them with fashion. Keep that your fashion on one side. Shift will first of all kill you before fashion. You will not kill them with fashion. So you can maybe few polos you can wear as in like something you can wear inside of your winter or your thermal wear. In fact, just get a
Things you
thermal
can
wear.
layer.
Yes.
Hmm.
In fact, once you get here, if you can lay your hands on any thermal wear, fine.
So this
That's
September now, what season would you say are we
This is
gradually
autumn. We are moving to winter.
to winter?
Yes.
So it gets crazier in October.
It gets crazier in January,
Okay.
December, January. Your fingers will freeze. You have snow bites. Like I can't go out without my earmuffs. You have
Mhm.
snow bites. Your fingers. In fact, if they poke you needles, you won't feel any pain. Like you just turn to fish automatically, frozen fish.
I think your experience was very kind of awkward. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Let me just say now. I think we've tried to capture a lot of things right from where they can come from. I'm happy about the fact that you talk about that 1 pound thing. Yes, that's something very crucial. Like from the airport, we don't have airport pickup services at the moment, but you can either take the train or hire a taxi. Taxi hire will be somewhere around £30, 25, £30, depending on the kind of car you see, and you take it to your destination. But what would you advise? What would be the first set of things you advise people to do when they arrive? Open an account, get a mobile phone, or sorry, get a SIM card. Which SIM card do you think is better? Just what set of action steps?
So by the way, when they went for their biometrics, I don't know, for people that went in Lagos for their biometrics in Lagos, they gave them SIM cards, right?
A UK SIM
That
card,
SIM
yes.
card is very, very useful. So what I did when I was coming, the moment I boarded the plane, I removed my Nigerian SIM card. I kept it and inserted my UK SIM, and that was Libera, right? People say it's not serving them anymore, like it doesn't get network some places. It has never failed me. It has never failed me. So when I inserted it, of course, it wasn't really working. There's no activation to do. So once you turn it on, you get a message to do some certain things on your settings, which sometimes it automatically set itself, right?
Mhm.
So when you get to the UK, there's already some data already. Is You get free data, you get free phone calls and text messages. in the Libera already. So once you get to the UK, you automatically start getting your messages from your WhatsApp. You can make calls. So once you reach the UK, you can even call your family members via WhatsApp and tell them I'm here already. There's no serious thing about it. But if you did not get the Libera, you can I think you can get a SIM card from the airport. So you can get from there. It's easy. It's
Okay.
nothing hard to
And
do. Yeah.
then, okay, so now also, people don't really do cash as much. You need to use, and there are some transactions you can't complete with cash. You need a card. So what I know there are multiple options, virtual cards and some other online banking that people can explore
So for me, I opened. I will send a link to the
on the
uh
chat.
yeah WhatsApp chat. You can
Okay.
open a Revolut or a Monzo bank account. So I
Okay.
prefer Revolut because Revolut can easily send you your physical card faster, but it takes time for Monzo to send to you. Now, and if you open for Revolut, you can start using the virtual card immediately. But when you open for Monzo, you have to wait to get the card, to activate the card on your phone and all of those things before you start using it. So you can't use the virtual card on your Monzo immediately, but you can use that of your Revolut. So the option is either you open this or you open that. That's Revolut or Monzo. Then later on, you can think about opening a more physical bank account, which is easy to actually open too.
But would that be after they get a proper accommodation, or they can use the temporary address they're at the moment for the bank account?
You can use the temporary. You can change your address on your bank app anytime. It's easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, is there any other thing you want to say, because we're wrapping up soon? Like, what final words would you have for people
Okay.
today?
I want to pinpoint something based on the assessment, PMC, and all of those. Please, when you're coming, remove the idea. I know it's not going to be easy. You can do it with your school fees, right? The PMC idea. In fact, don't even have the name in your head. Once you have the idea that I have PMC, I have extra 1 week to submit my assessment. From
Sorry,
that
what's the meaning
moment,
of PMC?
I like I said, I did not use it. I never wanted to know the meaning. I just know that it extends your submission date for your assessment. I think
Okay.
Bello knows the name. I don't know what it is called. I never
Okay.
wanted to learn what they call it, because I don't want to use it. I don't want to let myself condition myself to using that. Now, whatever shift you're taking, please know that you've spent millions of naira to come here. Don't let your shifts affect your study. Don't let your shift affect the time you're supposed to submit your assessment. Don't use PMC. Try as much as possible. Do not
Oh,
use RAP,
personal
especially your.
mitigating circumstances, you mean?
Yes, try
Okay.
as much as possible not to use that. If it's based on health can make you. But if you know how possible for you not to use it, please try. It's going to help you. Take it out of your mind. If you can finish your assessment a day before the deadline, please submit your assessment. Don't wait until the day of the deadline. You Anything like technical issues can just come up and it will affect. Do you understand? So that is my advice to everyone. It helped me actually. So I think it's going to help somebody out there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Tima. All right. I think I'm going to come back to Mr. Kimwali. Tobe, what would be your final words to this cohort today? Especially also, what should they expect from the NSS um as they're joining this September?
So, quick one. I want to welcome you all to NSS. A society that is more like home away from home, where we retain all our people. So the sad part of I mean what Dima said, sorry, Susan said is really important, because the sad part of the thing is that is when they reach that extenuating circumstance that they come to start looking for aid from us. But you don't need to get to that point, you know, before you start coming to NSS. Like NSS is, as I said, is is home away from home. You come to us, we help you through the journey, we direct you. Better say in Nigerian terms, follow who know road. You understand? Follow who know road because updates no they finish. You get
True.
update no they finish. And anything, so I'm going broken because it's important. Anything where you run now, a seen don't run on before. Nobody
Hmm.
be the first. So in other words, learn from people with experiences you get, and follow the people that have done that before so they can direct you to the right paths. So at the end of the day, success, ace, and distinction will be the order of the day. So that's what NSS stands for. It's just it's home. So join us. Let's make dreams come true. Let's do big things together.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, can you talk to us quickly about the temporary accommodation options people can explore on arrival, first of all, before they get settled with their proper accommodation?
So luckily for us as a team, NSS, people usually come to us, they have free spaces, they have accommodation here and here. These are things that we have access to.
Did you say free
But if
spaces?
yeah, people come to us like literally like on like people do come to us saying that they have accommodation, they have this, they have that, they have this. But I mean, it still
Oh,
boils
sorry,
down
what do you mean
to
by free spaces? Like maybe it's a place to stay for like a couple of hours or a night?
like they
What do
have
you mean
like
by
let's say
free?
okay, thank you for this question. It's really important.
Because
This
you need
question is
to
really
be
important.
very
Yeah.
clear
Like
before the
literally
queue
like
becomes very long.
example, like somebody came to me last week saying that he has accommodation available from the 1st of October. Another person came to me also maybe beginning of the month saying that he has accommodation open, ready to be,
Okay.
accommodate people. So like these are things that we get on a regular, you get, and this is what you need. So more like we are like the plug for all you need to settle easily here in the UK. If we are not here, literally it will cost you more than expected to get that. But that is why we are here to make your coming in easy for you. So, but you really have to understand the value that we bring in as a community. I mean, like for me, when I first came to the UK, I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't have anything. I don't want to have anything to do with Nigerians. Nigerians, don't blame me because Nigeria show me shaky. You understand? So because of that, I just feel like I don't want to do anything with Nigerians. But at the end of the day, when I came to understand more things, I got to understand that it's Nigerians that are buying my markets. It's Nigerians that are supporting me. It's Nigerians that are actually, you know, putting out one or two to make to be, a reality. They're just in general, sha. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm sure people like you have that mentality, thinking about, oh, I don't want to do anything in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, the answers that you need, the the easygoing things that you need to make your life more interesting here in Salford, Manchester, still lies in Nigerian hands. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to basically you want to get the value of your money, and that's what we are here for. So
And so during the welcome week, will a lot of people have the during the welcome and induction week, will they have the opportunity to meet with you, with the
yes,
team?
we are going to be having a stand. There's an event coming up early September. It's called the Freshers Fair, where all freshers are expected to come and join societies across the university. And obviously the Nigerian Student Society will be there. And
Okay.
we are here to help you navigate your whole stay in Salford and Manchester is success. So look out for us. Look out for look out for yellow. Look out for yellow. Susie, she's very yellow, so you'll find out. So look out for Susie. Look out
Okay.
for
The
Bello.
British Nigerian girl.
All
Yeah.
right. That's your nickname.
Literally,
Okay.
we have British Nigerians girls, Susan, Jennifer, there are a lot. Olamide, when you come, you see them. So you come to our stand. We have a Nigerian Student Society stand where all our executives will be there. So don't lose out, don't thin out, come out, support, make your stay worthwhile and the next generation to come.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tobina. Thank you so much. And Mr. Akiwale, um, what do you want to tell us about this? Because you oversee all of us, including Nigerian group, the Indian, everybody, Pakistan, people from China. What do you have to say to this cohort as the student union president? What should they expect? What are the final words you have for this for us in this meeting before I bring on Mr. Mark?
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, after getting a kind of good response and feedback from Susan, Tobina, and well-deserved experienced colleagues. So I don't really have much to say, but all what I'm just going to wish everybody coming this time is just that we should just expect to be productive, and I wish every one of us success, both career-wise, academics, in all ramification in which we might just want to pursue. So, and like about job, I just want you to have some kind of rest assured that there's a lot of jobs you're definitely going to get, because as a matter of fact, it might just take a little time, but it depends on how strategic you might also be for you to get it so easily. So try in as much as possible. I will definitely tell everyone that yes, there's going to be job for everyone, and you are going to make this money. So like I said, right from my own experience, I started being a cleaner. I went for boot camp. As a matter of fact, I know how to do bricklaying, tiling, carpentry, and all of like that. I've got a kind of a video that showcased my inception in the university to my present stage. So because if I show you those videos, you will know that, oh really? I've been to Manchester City Council conventional area. I used to work from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. next morning cleaning. So, and same other jobs like that. I've been to halls. I've been out. I mean, if I should count the number of houses within Salford that I've cleaned, I will count not less than 100.
Wow.
Yeah, within 4 months, because my agency used to take me from this house to the other house, cleaning toilets, cleaning everywhere. So just for that kind of reason, I just use that just to encourage people. And likewise, don't forget, always as you are doing all this, try to also book in for different courses that will support your academics. As well, this kind of thing I'm telling you, any if you know you are into construction, all those kind of progressive courses, don't just stop like going to class. Register also for courses. If as a matter, that is what also helped me, because I'm the first student studying project management in construction to get a job with a construction company in UK for my placement. So how did I do that? It's just because when I was doing my cleaning, I was also doing some kind of training as well. So this propels me for to meet up with the construction standard and requirement. So just try to do everything simultaneously and do that in don't just go for clothing. Thank God we are going to winter. Everybody is fine boys and fine girls, fine women and all like that. You will see time. There's still going to be time. You are going to drive that car. You are going to drive that motorcycle. Even now, getting a car is the kind of things on our heads is, do you know how much it costs us to maintain the car now? I was just
Right.
like, I know, I don't even supposed to buy a car. I'm supposed to be using my Legacy's Benz. I'm in the office right now. I didn't drive just because I'm looking at, using public bus is even quite very, very, very economical to drive in a car. So, and for the sake of this kind of gathering, and for the fact that you guys have someone like me in the student union. So for this new set of people coming, we are going to be having some kind of I mean initiative which is called subsidized food for the new students. And I knew quite all right when Dima came into the university, then she took part in that kind of initiative, and we are replicating it this time for those people coming, whereby you are going to be having a discount price on your groceries in one of those stores we are liars with. Personally, I've liars with. And when Tobe was talking about where you can get food stuff, groceries, and the likes like that, I was expecting him to also speak about the me being the president. I've got a store in Salford whereby we do. So we
Well
do
done.
basically most
You
of
see
African
everything
stuff.
there.
Eh? So
You see
so
everything. Everything you're looking for is in the store.
So now it's just that those people coming, we will be giving them loyalty card, being a new student. And one of this, for the funnest part is one of the students coming in this September, I've gotten a job also because he was the one, I'm not quite sure if he's on call, but I know he was the one that helped design the card that will be given out to every new student coming in this time. So just be rest assured, once you get a card, just be able to, we've spoken with some other kind of stores whereby once you are with that card, you'll be able to get 10% discount on the goods you are going to buy. Once you are a University of Suffolk student, and likewise the alumni, I know Dima is graduating very soon. Yeah, you are still entitled to it, and NHS staff as well. So these are part of those things, development we are trying to do for you guys coming in, and we want you to be able to have this settled mind that you have people here that are going to look after you. And lastly, if in case you've got some kind of worries and things that you don't really understand, like Adedaya rightly said, I'm not only representing the Nigerian student, but my foundation, my origin is Nigeria. So that does not mean I'm prioritizing and all like that, but I have to support my people as well. So in this case, if you have anything to do, we've got something we call Ask Us in the University House, whereby people you can dash in there at any time. But and likewise, you can go to the student union pages, whereby you will get our contact details. But I don't mind also popping it up into the chat bot as well, whereby you can send me an email. And likewise, I'll put my phone number down there as well, so that you can just try to link up with us and try to make sure that we just want a situation whereby you have a very, very good transitioning from your inception, welcoming, onboarding, and transitioning into the academic section. So, and yeah, I think my last piece of advice for everybody is pick your sword and strike where you think is going to hit hard. This is just only known for the wise, and I believe that
So
for
that's
for
another
you to
strategic saying, right?
so
Okay, strategically.
for you to be a Nigerian, you surely understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Do your best, strike where it matters. Don't just strike. Strike where it's going to matter and get your result
That's
easily.
smart.
So please,
Thank
that's
you.
just my last piece. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Susan. Mark, I don't know. I want you to say something to the house. I can see Quentin is around. I see that he's responding to some messages here as well. But Mark, do you have some final words for this September 2025 call before we call it a day?
Yeah, just make the most of it, really. Yeah, I was a student at Salford myself, but many years ago, so yeah, I'm not sure how much my experience is relevant, but I did have I had to work a part-time job. I actually worked at Hertz Rent-A-Car cleaning cars, and it was, and I did work for the as a student ambassador. It wasn't uni temps at the time, but that just got me through. And there were times when, yeah, I didn't have much money at all, and it was a bit scary sometimes, but I got through it in the end. Just kind of focused on the goal, the graduation at the end of it. That no matter what, I had to sort of be there. So yeah. But yeah, and being thrifty, I was, you get student discount, you can get like student cards, so you can enjoy yourself. And yeah, just make sure you ask for a student discount wherever you go, like the cinema,
Mhm.
theatres, certain, like, especially like quite a lot of independent shops in the sort of centre of Manchester do student discounts. It's always worth asking. So if you can't see a sign, so just enjoy it and make the most of all the opportunities that come your way. So there'll be lots of things happening during induction week, for example, the clubs and societies, lots of the other departments in the university just there telling you all about what they do. And just get to know as many people as possible, engage with as many things as possible. You'll have a great time. And do be aware that it does rain. It's just turned black here. It was sunny earlier. Now it's turned really dark and stormy here. And so bring a sort of at least a light rainproof jacket, or get one when you're in Manchester. So we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. I don't know if Quentin is here. Hi, Quentin. I can see he's been responding to some messages. Hello, Quentin. Are you there? Okay, I don't know if it's here. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your contribution. We tried to touch on a lot of things, that you've been asking questions about. I'm sure those in the UK would have gotten more insights about what they need to do, what they need to, where they need to turn to. Those yet to travel, I'm sure you've armed yourself with more details that can help you navigate your way all through. But if there's anything that I've said all afternoon that you didn't hear, the parts that I really want to emphasize on is your arrival time. Please, if you've been chilling, you've been a bit laid back with, maybe you already have a visa, you've not bought your ticket. I know it might be funds and whatever thing. Please ensure you start making your travel plans. Try to arrive on time. Take advantage of all this. Even when you arrive early, you're able to take advantage of all this information the guys have been sharing. You can attend the induction week, network with people. That's some form of power already before you start your classes. And you're not just arriving last minute and hoping that you will catch up on everything. And someone said something about arriving at the airport on time. Yes, some people actually miss their flights. Number two, when you get your ticket, please, can you ensure you look at the layover time? Some layover times are so short that when you get off the plane, you literally have to run to your next boarding gate. Istanbul is very notorious because it's a very big airport. When you buy your flight ticket, please check your layover time. Know if you have enough time. If you have a couple of hours, maybe fine. But if you have maybe like 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes or even 2 hours, once you get off that first flight, maybe the flight from Nigeria to the transition point, maybe you are on Qatar, so you get to Qatar airport, and maybe your flight time, your layover time is just 1 hour 30 minutes. You don't just want to chill or start shopping around the airport. I know people who have missed their flight, and for those still waiting to get their cars, please ensure you make use of priority service. Don't even gamble at this time. I know you're saying you want to cut your costs, but any extra money you can spend to expedite the process at this point in time, please. We don't want to get to the point where we have to be looking for the dean, the head of department to start begging. Some people might possibly be turned back when they arrive too late, especially without permission. And we don't want the repeat of what happened maybe in January or June to happen to some people here. If you have a circumstance that is beyond your control, please speak up. Don't be shy about anything. Nobody is judging anybody, okay? And we'll continue our conversations on the Telegram group. This night, I promise, I would work on the WhatsApp WhatsApp group, and I'm going to get more people there. And if possible, we can even have some of our colleagues on campus already join us so they can ask questions. But be rest assured that someone will always be there to answer any of your questions. I don't know if Quentin is still here, if he wants to say anything before we leave. But if not, we'll call it a day. And we will be closing the meeting in a bit. Thank you so much for your time. We went 34 minutes beyond the time, but I hope that the time we have spent this afternoon stroke evening, has been worthy of your time. And if you still feel like, there's this question they didn't answer for me, please feel free to drop it in the chat box. I'll keep the chat box open for the next 30 minutes. and I will make sure I filter those questions. For those of you yet to be added to the WhatsApp group, I've not done anything since Tuesday. I promise you, I'll work on some tonight. I think right now we have over 100 pending requests. I promise to start working on it. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best and God bless you. Thank you, Mark, for your for your support here today. Thank you, Mr. Akinwale. Susan Dima, thank you. And Tobe, thank you. We look forward to seeing you all on campus soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
All right,
everyone.
bye, Mark. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
So just let you know, I'll keep the meeting on for a bit, just for those who want to ask questions. Just drop your questions. I'll pick your question. Like I see somebody asking about contacts for the nursing school. Don't worry. I'll make sure I drop this information for you all on the Telegram group. And if you have not yet joined the Telegram group and you feel you want to join, just send me an email, okay? And I will join. I will add you on as well, okay? So I'm just going to be here in the next, say 5 to 10 minutes for you to drop your question. I'll pick that up and I'll attend to you in due course. All right, everyone, I'll be ending the meeting now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll keep the chat box open even when we end the meeting, okay? So you can drop your questions and concerns in the chat box, all right? Let me just activate that now so we can still drop messages in the chat box even after the meeting ends. Let's see. Mm-hmm. All right, I've kept the meeting chat on for a bit. So enjoy your evening, everyone. Take care, and we'll continue our conversations here briefly, and then we can ask our question on the Telegram group and on the WhatsApp group as well. Bye, everyone.